We're on an adventure, road tripping down the entirety of Iceland's Ring Road, and we've already had an amazing first day exploring the Selfness Peninsula. Now we're heading west to spend 3 days exploring the North of Iceland's unique history and breathtaking views along the way. So in this Iceland travel guide, we'll show you some of the best things to do, where we stayed, how much things cost, and why spending time in North Iceland is an absolute must when you come to the land of fire and ice. All in this episode of Lucas World Travel. After spending the night in Stykkishólmur, we're heading 125 kilometers west to the north of Iceland. And now it's day 3, and our first stop of the day is a quick stop to Glanni Waterfall. It just takes maybe 5 minutes to walk to the fall, and what a beautiful view. You're on an Icelandic road trip. It's very common to stop for lunch at one of the N1 gas stations. Not only can you fill up with gas or recharge your electric vehicles, it's a great place to stop for lunch. Now you would think gas station food would be kind of cheap, but no. This burger and fries was still a whopping $20. Food in Iceland really is expensive. But our journey continues 138 kilometers north. Now one quick but unique stop along Route 1 is this turf church named VÍðimýrarkirkja. Built in 1834, it is one of the best preserved turf churches in Iceland. Now back in the 1800s, wood building materials were very limited, so locals figured out a way to make churches and houses out of stone and turf as a cost-effective but insulative way to make a home. At one time, these turf houses were the most common construction type in Iceland. However, due to the organic materials and constant maintenance required, most of Iceland's turf houses were abandoned and reclaimed by nature. This is why it's so special to see a well-preserved example of a turf house at VÍðimýrarkirkja. But the real highlight of the day is going whale watching! Now, of course, there's no guarantee that we're actually going to see whales, but fingers crossed we do. And much to our surprise, it didn't take us very long to have our first whale spotting. Now when you're whale watching, you actually spend the majority of your time waiting for the whales to come up to the surface to breathe, about every 5 to 8 minutes. You never know where they're gonna pop up, and it's always so exciting when they do. Now we only saw one whale on our tour, but we saw the same whale dozens of times, as he really seemed to enjoy swimming in the fjord and feeding on something delicious underneath the water. We got to see him both at a distance and really close to the boat. That's amazing! Oh, wow! It was such a majestic experience and definitely worth the 12,000 krona. about to go to the town Akureyri, which is one of the most populous northern towns in Iceland. About 20,000 people live here, and as you can see, it's so picturesque. It's absolutely gorgeous here, and we can't wait to explore it. So now we're gonna take a walk down the heart of Akureyri. As you can see on this side, we have a big modern church, and this is the main street here. Look how cute it is with this blue house with the red pillars. And this is, if y'all can pronounce that, Hafnarstadi Street. And your guess is as good as mine because Icelandic is devilishly hard to pronounce. For dinner, we ate at Akureyri Backpackers, where you can try a variety of local beers and get bar food like cheese nachos and a variety of burgers, all for the price of 9,850 krona. Right. So what's cute about Akureyri is that all the stoplights have red hearts. So adorable. We stayed in Akureyri for 2 nights to explore the North of Iceland, and hotel rooms will cost you around $96 a night, all the way up to about $265 a night. Now, we were able to stay at this Berjana hotel because we were part of a tour group, but you do have a wide range of options to choose from here. All right, the room is tiny, but if you can see, the best part is the view. So we have a desk here, a little sofa. Having seating is very important to me because I don't really feel at home until I can sit down somewhere that's not a bed. And a king bed. All right, but look at that view, it's amazing. Mountains, landscapes, I love it, love it, love it. We got the sink outside in the main room for some reason. Yeah. And then the bathroom is hiding away here with the toilet and the shower. We stayed here for 2 nights while we explored the rest of North Iceland. The next day we took a ride to the fishing village of Siglufjörður to learn more about the fishing industry in Iceland at the Herring Museum.
So the herring industry in Iceland was a big deal for a long time, and it was interesting all the things you could see that they made out of it. And what's interesting is the herring girls. The girls were able to make their own money, so they came to the factories to work. They had to live in these small little quarters, 2 per bed. But they could work there. Now, they weren't paid like the men. The men were paid by the hour. They were paid by the barrel. And so they would work much faster to get their work done so they could make some money. Back then, they were able to buy cars and houses and things like that just for working 2 solid months out of the year. That's impressive, especially for a long time ago.
So the fishing industry here grew from 1904 to 1968 when it ended abruptly due to overfishing. So now the town, their industry is no longer fishing, just tourism. We even got to sample a local potato liquor as well as a pickled and cinnamon flavor herring that was full of flavor.
Bottoms up.
What's your thought?
It's pretty deep. It's smooth, so I like it.
Yeah, it's a smooth, it tastes like a vodka, but it's smooth.
It doesn't make you make a weird face like some alcohol does, so it goes down smooth. It's kind of has a sweet aftertaste, so thumbs up. I dig it.
And as for the herring,
Definitely better than the shark. It's a step up from the shark. So the shark is way down here, and this one is here, just like right there, right above.
it's much higher than that.
From here to here.
Yes, agreed.
On our last day in North Iceland, we headed 35 kilometers west to Godafoss to see some of the best views of this leg of our road trip. So our first stop of the day is to the Godafoss Waterfall, and I can see it out of the corner of my eye right now. It looks amazing already.
It's huge.
And there's several viewing platforms. Can't wait to get there. So you can walk down the rocky stairs to get an even better view. It's a bit misty, so you will get a little bit wet, but it's worth it. Now, not only is the waterfall incredible, the rock formations on the side are so intricate and interesting to see as well. I love this place. It makes me smile, and you're gonna love it too. Now this is the view from one of the top viewing platforms. Super gorgeous. So if you have mobility issues, can't make it down the rocky stairs, it's equally gorgeous from up here. And you can see the cascades of the river and the big waterfall on the back. So our next stop is Myvatn Lake. Now here you'll see these volcanic craters like this. These craters bubble up and explode like that once the lava reaches the water of the wetlands and the lake here, creating a very unique landscape. So you can clearly see the volcano crater right there and this beautiful lake view. Up taking the 30-minute loop here, and the views are just spectacular. Definitely worth a quick stop.
And luckily, our next stop was only 11 kilometers away.
Welcome to Dimmuborgir, a lava field that flowed about 2,100 years ago. So we're gonna do the yellow circle, but there's plenty of more trails to explore.
And our last stop in the north of Iceland was Námafjall, Hverir.
Now these geothermal pools are about 200 degrees Celsius, or about 392 Fahrenheit. So super hot. So hot that they dissolve rock and stone if they fall into the pool. And they're rich in sulfur, so they have a eggy, a rotten egg type of smell. But it's so fascinating. I can't stop walking around here. These are definitely not the type of geothermal pools you want to take a dip in. I don't think you would survive this one. But it's definitely worth a quick stop if you enjoy seeing the majesty of the earth and all the incredible things it can do.
We were surprised by just how much the north of Iceland has to offer. From majestic whales to breathtaking waterfalls, this region captured not only our attention, but our hearts as well. And we know the north of Iceland will spark a fire inside of you as well. Next up, we're heading to the southeast side of Iceland for even more incredible sights, so please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for even more adventures from Iceland's Ring Road. Until then, you can watch our Iceland journey from the beginning at the playlist on the top there. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing with all your travel buddies, and happy travel planning until next time.